Hey everyone, and welcome. Before we dive in, do me a quick favor and hit that like button and the subscribe button. All right, today we're talking about a tool that's, well, it's basically a superpower for any growing small business. I'm talking about cloud storage. Seriously, this stuff is a game changer, and we're going to break down exactly why. Okay, let me start with a question, and it's one that probably keeps a few business owners up at night. You've poured your heart and soul into your company, right? But what's your actual plan? What happens the second your main computer just dies? Or a file you absolutely need just vanishes? It's a pretty scary thought, isn't it? But you've got to have an answer for that. Because here's the thing, as your business starts to take off, your data, it explodes. And trying to keep track of everything on a bunch of different external hard drives and random computers, it gets messy fast. It's not just messy though, it's super risky. This is one of those classic growing pains that can really slow you down. So here's what we're going to do in this explainer. We're going to tackle those growing pains head on. First, we'll talk about what it even means to move your business into the cloud. Then, we'll get into how you can scale smart, not hard. We'll cover the kind of fortress-level security we're talking about, and finally, how you can totally unleash your team's ability to work together. All right, first things first. What in the world does it actually mean to put your business in the cloud? Let's demystify this and break down what cloud storage is all about. Okay, the easiest way to think about it is like this. Imagine a super secure virtual locker for all your important files. Instead of a clunky old filing cabinet in your office, you've got this digital space. And the best part? It's not stuck in one place. You can get into it and grab your files anytime, from anywhere, as long as you've got internet. So how does this whole thing actually work? Well, it's pretty simple, really. Just 3 steps. First, you upload your files. They get sent off to these secure remote servers. Second, and listen, this part is absolutely crucial, your data gets copied and stored in multiple different places. This is called redundancy, and it's basically your ultimate safety net. If one server goes down, no big deal, you're covered. And finally, step 3, you can securely pull up those files from any device you want. And that brings us to one of the biggest advantages for any small business, scaling smart. With the cloud, you can grow without hitting those frustrating limits you're used to. Let's just do a quick side-by-side. The old way, physical hard drives. That means a big upfront cost, a fixed amount of space that you're going to fill up, and the constant risk that it could just fail. Now look at cloud storage. You only pay for the space you actually use. It grows right along with your business. And that built-in redundancy we talked about, it means the risk of losing your data, it's pretty much gone. And that flexibility isn't just about storage space, it's about your physical space too. You're not chained to your desk anymore. You can literally finish up a proposal from a coffee shop or send that critical client file while you're on the go. That's the kind of freedom we're talking about here. Okay, but of course, none of this matters one bit if your data isn't safe, right? So let's talk about security. We're talking about fortress-level protection here. For a small business that probably can't afford its own full-time IT security team, this is an absolute game changer. It's not just one thing. It's a whole bunch of layers of defense. You've got encryption, which basically scrambles your data so nobody can read it. You have automatic backups, so if you accidentally delete something, poof, you can get it back in seconds. There are also access controls, so you get to decide exactly who can see or edit certain files. And then there's activity monitoring, which is like a 24/7 watchdog looking for anything suspicious. All these things work together to protect your most valuable asset, your data. All right, so your data is scalable and it's secure. Awesome. But what about your team, your people? Well, this is where we see that final superpower of the cloud really shine, unleashing true teamwork. I mean, this is where things get so much more efficient. Think about it. No more emailing. Final_report_v2_final_final, I swear, .docx, back and forth. Those days are over. With the cloud, your entire team can jump into the exact same document at the exact same time and see everyone's changes happen in real time. It's amazing. And that's the whole point, right? It's all about keeping everyone on the same page. It just cuts out so much confusion, speeds up your projects, and helps you build a team that's genuinely connected, even if they're working from all over the place. So let's just wrap this up with the key takeaways. When you move your business to the cloud, you're not just buying some digital storage space. Not at all. You're buying efficiency. You're going to save time, you're going to cut costs on hardware, you're going to secure your data, and you're going to keep your team connected no matter where they are. So I'll leave you with one final question to think about. Is your current data setup built for the business you have today, or is it built for the business you want to build tomorrow? That's a really important distinction. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer.